Hello, guys, and welcome to tonight's episode of Whiskey Wednesday. And now that I've turned 40 years old, as you can see by the balloon behind me, I'm going to talk like this because I think it's about time that I grew up and started to act my age. But before we start, happy birthday to me! 40, and I couldn't think of a better place to spend it than here with you guys. Now, couple of things before we get cracking. Tonight's topic is... Hey Helen! Cheers. Before we get started tonight, I'm coming all the way live from Costa del Middlesbrough, where it all began. This was the place of many dreams that I've achieved, and still many dreams that I've got. Thank you, Andrea. Big shout out to you. Coming in a minute. And a place where many dreams are still going. But let me take a birthday sip. And full disclosure, it's not the first whiskey I've had today, but it's my birthday and I'm allowed. Oh, it tastes good. But yeah, Costa del Middlesbrough, home. Never ever turn your back on your home wherever you are. I've seen it happen so many times. I do not understand it. Especially, thank you, Susan. I don't get that. It irritates the shit out of me. You wanna. I'll tell you one thing about confidence, and we're gonna go into this when we start talking about bullying. Confident people, they bring other people up. They inspire and motivate other people to greatness, and they bring out the best in them. I miss that. I saw my daughter Holly, and then it flipped up. So if you write that again, whoever wrote that, I'll try and answer what you said. Insecure, unconfident people, and sometimes they don't even realise it. The only way they can feel better about themselves is by having jibes. But we're going to go into that in more detail in a bit. Bullying is a huge topic, guys, so we're not going to be able to get through this in an hour. Hey, Samantha, hello. And it's not going to be an easy conversation, guys. But like I said, if it was easy, we'd all be able to overcome it. We'd all be like living our dream lives. But thank you, Laura. But if you want to live your dream life, you got to go out and chase it. Now, before we get any further into this conversation, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you. Before we start getting more further into this conversation, remember you've got the share button on here. This is a big topic today. Yes, Sarah. Never forget your roots. Never. Cheers, Dav. By the way, Dav is the CEO of Dwara Consciousness, the charity that I'm supporting for my birthday. He's also one of my best friends. We go back a long way, and I've learned so much from that guy, and I can hand on heart say he's a better man than me with what he's doing, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Hey, Whiskey Wednesday, let's go. Did you enjoy your 21st? It's still going, Emma. It's still going. 40 is the new 20. But yeah, so with bullying, guys, it's going to be a very, very difficult conversation and a difficult topic, and some of the things that I say, they're not meant to offend you at all. That's not the whole point of this. They're meant to strengthen you and make you look really hard at what's going on, whether or not you're getting bullied. And remember, guys, I'm not a counsellor. I'm not a therapist. All I am is someone who's had an experience of bullying. I was bullied growing up. And I got through the other end and I came out grand. So I'm just sharing my experiences and how I deal with it and how I teach younger children to deal with it and my peers. What's the charity about? Thank you, Laura. That's exactly what I want to talk about. And Dav, if you're still on here, please chip in. Cheers, Charlie. 40 quid. Thank you, guys. Dwara Consciousness is a charitable organisation that goes around San Diego and places like that and feeds as many people beautiful, hot, fresh, organic meals, as many as they can. But Dav, go on the link, press the link, and Dav will explain more. I've got so many shout outs to do for that, guys, because again, all the money that's been raised so far, still here. Good man. So guys, remember, keep sharing this. Make sure that you're sending this out so as many people get on here live, and don't miss it. Yes, Brio, massive problem for you at work. Keep watching. Cheers, Nicky, still watching in Tenerife. Good lad. So keep clicking that share button, guys. But going back to Dav's just put the link to the charity right there. It's on the screen, Dwara.org. But massive shout out to everyone who's donated, especially, and it doesn't matter how little or much you donate, it all counts. But my target was £300, and Andrea kindly put in 230 to make up the difference. So I have. Oh no, Joseph. I said a couple of weeks ago that I can't. I missed 2 weeks in a row for football and stuff, and I couldn't think of a better place to spend my birthday than with you guys. This is what I love to do. I love to help people, and I'm having a drink with my friends. Yes, Sam. So keep sharing, guys. Keep pressing that share button before we get deep into this conversation. And whilst we do, I'll just go back to the shout outs. So Andrea, Sharon, Andre, sure, God, that Michaela. There was a lot of you guys. Thank you so much. So I did raise my target at £300, but keep on donating, guys, because you know the more these guys can get, the better. Where the money's going, Dav will be able to tell you more detail, but they want to buy a brand new food truck, which is state of the art, and they're going to go around the whole of San Diego and places like that. And thank you. And they're gonna feed mentally ill people. You know, like a lot of the homeless in LA, they're mentally ill, and I'll tell you why. I work for the LAMP organization out in LA. It's on Skid Row, and I worked there for just a year on and off as a volunteer. I could have done more. I should have done more, and I'm trying to do more right now with this show and everything. How do you donate, Steve? Dav, if you're on here still, will you put a link to it again, Dwara.org, so people can keep donating. So the LAMP organisation, guys, on Skid Row in LA, downtown LA, Skid Row is one of the worst, most impoverished places in the world to live. Now imagine that LA is not a third world country, yet that street and that area is one of the poorest places in the whole of the world. It tents everywhere. You get out of the car and the stench it's insane, and there's just tents all around the street. The roads, you can't even get through the road, many of the roads in cars now because they've been overtaken by cars. So yes, guys, if you just joined, keep clicking the share button to let other people know that the show's on and that this is going out live. So and basically the LAMP organisation helped vulnerable adults basically. Thank you, Charlie. Basically, mentally ill, vulnerable adults, just to keep them safe and get them, trying to integrate them back into normal society. Now, the great thing about the LAMP organisation is many homeless charities and places where you can go and get your head down for a night. If you are inebriated or under the influence of drugs or whatever it is, you're not allowed in. You have to be clean to get in, which in my head is crazy, because the whole reason they're on the streets and they're self-medicating, they don't get the opportunities we have with the NHS to pay for those drugs. So they're trying to escape any way they can, and the LAMP will take anyone. They won't allow them to drink on the premises or participate in that. But if you're under the influence, they will still take you in. So I started working there because of Abe, basically. I wanted to get closer to and understand more. Can someone send me the link? Going to share it. Awesome. And keep sharing this page too. Get as many people watching as we can. So yeah. So I did that for a year or so. And the crazy thing about LA is everywhere in America, poor families from other places, they'll send the mentally ill one-way train ticket or bus ticket to LA or anywhere in California because they know, well, at least they'll be warm there. We can't cope with them at home anymore. We can't afford to look after them. Woo! That's fucking, yeah. Even talking about it sometimes, it proper kills. It just brings back like a lot of memories. Like I said, mental illness, bullying. It's all it's all a fine line, thin line, and it's all close. And that's why with Dwara Consciousness, Dav's not only feeding the homeless, he's feeding the mentally ill. Basically, he's looking after people who literally cannot look after themselves. They don't have the opportunities that we do here. If you're watching this show, believe it or not, that means that you've got a smartphone or some kind of smart technology. It means that you've got access to the internet. That means that you are richer than 95% of the world's population. Let that sink in for a little while. You guys, me and you, we are wealthier than 95% of the world's population. We are in the top 5% in terms of wealth, guys. Thank you, Danielle. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? And sometimes, because problems are relative to where you are, we forget about what's going on outside our little world. Because human beings, this is a normal trait, we're innately selfish. We innately think about ourselves. And the great thing about learning and growing is, once you get to a point where you start to learn to help others and appreciate and show gratitude for others, the world opens up and it becomes a much better, bigger and beautiful place. Like you saw how I celebrate this morning. If you haven't, it's all on my Facebook and Instagram stories. I got my butt out of bed, I meditated, I read, and then I got up Flats Lane. For those of you who are not from Middlesbrough watching this, who don't know what Flats Lane is, it's this place I've been going since I was like 12 years old to work out when I couldn't afford gyms and stuff when I was younger. Amazing. And no whiskey or Michael, get on it. Hair of the dog, mate, hair of the dog. I have one for my birthday. So that's how I celebrate, doing a grueling workout. Then I've been for a beautiful meal with my family. And now I'm here spending time with my other family. So yes, guys, up the borough, yes, Charlie. My birthday, guys, I am actually having a celebration, and all of you guys are more than welcome. Remember, it's low key. I don't do anything fancy schmancy. I leave that to the crazies. It's in, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Tamoko. I think it's on Linthorpe Road. It's this Saturday from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And again, I'd love to see you all down there. I'd love to have a chat and a drink with you guys. But obviously, you've got to get me early because it's been a year. Thank you, Gary, mate. Thank you. It's been a year since I've been home. I've got a hell of a lot of people, like your friends and your closest family, everything. You need to invest, like we're investing time here, learning and growing as human beings. You need to invest in your family because you only get one. And the saddest thing, what kills me about us is the only time you ever get everybody into the room, it's not even for weddings, actually. People still flake on them. Funerals. Isn't that a sad, heartbreaking fact? The only time you ever see, like, your cousins or your brother or your family is when someone close to you's died, and then for a fleeting moment you appreciate life, but then after a week or two, people go back to the normal routines. I vowed after my brother passed away in 2012 I wasn't going to do that. It killed me, and I always say that I'll never ever be the same again, but yet I have two choices. Do I become a victim of that feeling that's happened to many other people, or do I celebrate his life? Do I do something in his honour, like make a film? Do I enhance my life and make effort for those who really count? Like I said, I went to Bruges for my 40th with my younger brother and 4 of my closest mates who I get to spend very little time with because of work and stuff. But we always make time for a mini holiday once a year, and we get together 3-4 times a year too. We made a promise to each other when my brother went that we were going to do that, because life gets in the way sometimes and you take it for granted. But I am telling you now, if you are fighting with your brother, fighting with your sister, fighting with your siblings, you're fighting over nothing. You're fighting over nothing. I guarantee you that. Just fucking swallow that ego, even if it's not accepted. If you're on here, you're opening your mind. you're going to a different place in life. You're learning more, you're growing, you're showing more gratitude, awareness for being alive, privilege, that power, that intelligence. You're becoming emotionally intelligent, guys, and that's second to none. So guys, just reach out, just go, hey sis, even if you haven't been out, but you haven't, hey sis, hey bro, I haven't, it is Kimberly, I haven't spoke to you in a while, I just wanted to say hello, and I love you. Do you realise how long it took me to be able to hug my brothers and sisters when I got to a certain age? It used to make me like feel embarrassed and weird and less of a man. Now I don't give a shit. I will hug the living daylights out of them because I know how important and how precious it is. That's why, I mean, I wish I could get back to Middlesbrough more often because this is where all my family is, this is where my heart is. But I can't. But when I'm here, I freaking make sure I make the most of it. Camping trips with my nieces and nephews, dinners, cinema, everything I can get my hands on, because family is everything, guys. Family is everything. So, my birthday, guys, 5 to 10, Tomoko, Linthorpe Road, this Saturday. And again, like I just went on to talk about family, a lot of my closest family and friends are going to be there. So I'd love to say hello to you all. But if you come, love to see you, Steve. Cheers, Sarah. Cheers, Andrea. Yeah, very true. Never been closer. Exactly. And isn't it sad that we have to wait till something tragic happens before we actually do it? Don't let it happen. Just get out there right now and do something about it. So let's all go for a massive... And even if you're all in the same room arguing, at least you're alive and you get the chance to argue. You can't argue with a dead person. And I bet you any money you will regret that. You'll miss the argument. How insane is that? You'll miss having the argument. Obviously, there's certain things that you might not be able to forgive, but that's a whole nother... We'll talk about forgiveness in a whole different... that's a different conversation, because it's something... Forgiveness, again, it's my stubbornness. I'm learning every single day, and I have so many flaws, guys. So many things that I'm working on to become a better human being, to help as many people as I can by trying to be. And it makes me feel uncomfortable, guys, sometimes trying to be as open and as honest as I possibly can. But I struggle with forgiveness. I really do. And I don't know whether it's male pride or male ego, but I'm doing a lot of work on that. And that's going to take, it's not going to happen overnight. And this is when we get into the bullying section of tonight. Not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up tomorrow after this talk and all your problems are going to go away. That doesn't happen in anything, let alone bullying. So forgiveness is a big one for me. But again, one last time. And if there is someone on the door at Tomoko tomorrow night, just say Whiskey Wednesday. That's a password. I doubt there will be because it's so low key. But if someone is and you do want to come and have a drink and a good old chinwag in Borough on Saturday night, the code is Whiskey Wednesday. And again, guys, as we go on, keep sharing this with as many people as you can. Hey, bullies, yes, Emma, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. I had a horrible message this morning. We'll get into it in more detail. Obviously, I'm gonna go general, and then we'll go deeper as soon as people start chatting, asking questions and stuff. 2 secs. As you can see, guys, my voice is I'm still recovering from Bruges. Oh, what a trip! And again, because I'm with 4 lads who I trust with my life, who do anything for me, and we spent the 3 days lifting each other up, giving each other confidence, having the best time ever. You know, bullying, let's get into that now. Bullying's brutal. There's no ifs or buts about it. And again, as I said at the beginning, I'm not a counsellor, and I have none of that, no experience. So what I'm going to talk about is emotional and mental bullying, because if you're being physically bullied, guys, go get help straight away, because that can lead into like even more violence and God forbid death. So I'm not here to talk about that. That's the only piece of advice I can give on that is leg it. The first option you get the hell out of there. Get help. And there's so many support groups and support networks out there. Just Google it. There's tons of it. Me too, Jojo. Not senior school, but we'll talk about that right now, because obviously, how can someone talk about bullying if they've never been bullied before? You know, you've got to talk from experiences, and everybody's experience is different. And when I look at mine, I don't think my experience was that harsh, because I was fortunate enough to have an older family who allowed me to nip it in the bud quicker and faster. So growing up, I was born in Huddersfield, guys, and then we moved to Hartlepool, and that's when I first started to go to school, infant school in Hartlepool, because that's how old I am, as you can see on the balloon, 40. I went to primary school in 1876, but no, gee, I've had too many of these guys. And this is crazy. So the first thing was when I was getting enrolled into infant school, because we moved from Huddersfield to Hartlepool, my mum didn't speak very good English at the time, and my dad was a lunatic. That's a whole other story and another issue, and we'll get into that in another topic. But for now, we'll focus on the bullying aspect. So my sister, my eldest sister, who's now an English teacher, she had to take me to the nearest school to enroll me in school. And I can't even remember how old I am, but I remember feeling like a piece of shit listening to this conversation between my sister and the headmistress. And the headmistress wasn't even trying to be nasty. But the conversation went something like this. I think I was about... no, it's a 40 balloon, Emma. It just looks weird on the camera for some reason. But it says 40 on it. Oh, should it say 20? Is that what you mean? Yeah, you're right. Damn it, they gave me the wrong balloon. Anyway, stop getting sidetracked, Steve. Let's stick to this story and get into how we can overcome it and how I overcame it. So this conversation went a little like this. And remember, I was only young, first starting infant school. He can't come here. My sister says, why? He just can't. My sister's an intelligent girl, and that was an unintelligent response to a question. So my sister said, this is the closest school in 10 miles. None of us have vehicles at the time. My family were quite poor, working class. No one had should say 21. Get in, Emma. I love you. Well, the headmistress said, he's going to be the only foreign kid in the school. What do you mean? They're all white. And my name's Anmol. For those of you who don't know, my actual Indian birth name is Anmol. That's on my passport. That's on my driver's license. That's my Sikh name by heritage. I'm Indian. I come from Punjab. My family do anyway. I was born and bred England. And my religion, even though I'm not religious, is Sikh. So I remember going to this school, and you're going to find out where the name Stephen came from now. How I got to be called Stephen was after the end of this conversation with the headmistress and my sister. So she went, well, he has no choice. There's nowhere else for him to go. And the headmistress went, well, there is one black kid in the school, so you won't be totally alone. Never thought you were bullied, Rebecca. No one does. It's something that I never spoke about, but I think it's important. Everyone thinks that freaking, oh, do you know, he's doing this and this. That was me too when I was a Sikh turban. I got my ass kicked. There you go, Dav, and we turned out all right. So anyway, so the conversation ended with, okay, because my sister was having none of it. I wouldn't have been able to go to school otherwise. Went, okay, well, he can come here, but to make it easier on him, I suggest you give him an English name. And I'm just like thinking, what's going on? And then all of a sudden we left, and I was starting the school on the Monday, and my name was Stephen. And the reason my sister chose the name Stephen with a PH, she's an English teacher now, and she's training back then. She's obsessed with Stephen King. So my English name was given from that guy. I moved so much in my life because of bullies. Emma, it happens, but this is what we've got to do. It's how you deal with bullies, and I'm going to talk about that right now. No, Rebecca, it was before that, was in Hartlepool. So anyway, check this out. So I go to this school and I'm in there not 2 seconds and I'm getting battered. This is an infant school and I'm coming home crying. And you're talking 5 or 6 years old, coming home crying and just gutted. But you know what the weirdest thing was? The black kid made friends with the white kids and all ganged up on me because I was the only odd one out. But you know what's even weirder? The black kid and the other kids used to call me the N-word. Now, I'm not going to repeat it. You're all intelligent who are on here. I hate that word. But obviously, you can see the colour of my skin. You realise that I don't. So I was even more confused. I went, what's he then? Because I had a mouth on me when I was younger. When I was younger, I had a mouth on me. You know, and that was it. And they'd batter me. Cheers, Taylor. And they'd batter me. And that's when I started learning how to fight. Now, as you get older, I'm not saying these will solve problems. Fighting, it doesn't solve anything. But I tell you what, I got into a couple of scraps, and that was it. Do you know, I became the alpha. It was fight or flight. I couldn't move anywhere. I couldn't move schools at all. I had to stand my ground. And I'm telling you now, at the time, what felt like the worst thing that was happening to me in my life at 5 or 6 years old ended up being the best thing. Ended up being the best thing. Do you know why? Because I got through it. I got through that pain and I came through it stronger and thinking, wow. Cheers, Darren. Thank you, brother. Keep sharing this, guys, because it's a really important topic. So keep getting people on this Whiskey Wednesday. Cheers, Rebecca. So yeah. And that's one incident, but it's not the only period in my life that I got bullied. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if you're going through it, the easiest option is to run away from it. Now, if you're getting physically bullied or your life's being threatened, hell yeah, you get the opportunity to run, leg it, run as fast as your freaking legs will take you. Do not be a hero. Your life's too important. You freaking leg it. You absolutely run for the hills. You're the biggest fighter I know. Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Neil was one of my coaches and one of my mentors growing up, and helped me through a lot from the age of probably 14 to 19. Probably was a big part of my life. So that was my experience being younger. And then I was like that, no one's ever going to touch me again. And that's where all the boxing and things like that came from. But that was physical playground bullying. I want to talk about when you get older, being bullied and tortured in the workplace, being bullied for being overweight, being bullied. We're going to talk about this, Samantha. There's things you can do about it, but it doesn't happen overnight. So, for me, someone asked me about, I've been bullied all my life because I've been overweight all my life. So the conversation went a little. It was one of my clients, my private client, which is why I won't name the name. I asked them if I could speak about this without naming the name, and they went absolutely. And they came to me. I went, so why are we here? Why do you want my help? I went, do you want me to stop the bullies, or do you want me to? She went, yeah, but I know you can't do it. I went, what do you mean? You're right, but what do you mean by that? She went, I know I have to do it myself. And the conversation went, look, I know that you're very unconfident. I can feel it from your body language, like your head's down like this, you're talking down, you can't hold eye contact with me, you're looking away, you're speaking very quietly. I went, 12 to 16. So I went, look, there's just me and you here. No one else matters. Right? I've got your back. Now let's get to the root of this problem and let's fix it. I knew what it was. She's unhappy because she's overweight and unhealthy. The unhealthiness was the main thing. And so we got into the conversation and went, yeah, so you want me, in order to get the bullies off your back, to show them, you want to lose weight, right? And she's like, yeah, but I went, whoa. After a but comes an excuse. Do you just answer the question, and this is it. This is where, because you have to be hard. You can't. Do you know? You've got two choices when you're being bullied. You can either be a victim of it all your life, and let it affect you, and use that for an excuse to not do anything for the rest of your life, or you can use it like I did, and many of the people that I work with, and many of the greatest people on planet Earth. You can use it to fuel you to absolute greatness, absolute. I was going to swear there because I'm getting angry because I hate bullies. There's no excuse for it. Some of them are mentally unhinged. Some of them don't even realise they're doing it. And the reason why is a confident person will lift you up, will inspire you, will encourage you, will bring out the greatness in you. An insecure, unconfident person, to hide their insecurities and protect themselves, will bully you, will put you down, will jibe on you. No one with mega confidence who is secure in their lives and their own will ever be nasty to anyone else. So first and foremost, if you are getting bullied as an adult in the workplace or whatever it is, just know it's got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And I've just told you why. Because they're unconfident in themselves, they're insecure, so they've got to make themselves feel better by placing their insecurities onto someone else. And unluckily, you're the person who all that landed on. But now, for me, I love that now. Because I got so used to it. I love it so much. I love it when people go, fucking hell, you're a shit actor, mate. I'm like, cool. How many films have you done this year? What was that, mate? Oh, okay. Thanks for that. Have a nice day. Sorry you're not getting this job. You're too brown. And that has happened. Or sorry you're not getting this job. You're too light. You don't look indie enough. Sorry, your six-pack isn't strong enough. Shitty, like, they're shitty examples of being bullied, but it's still a form of bullying, knocking you down. But you can either be a victim or a victor. You can either curl up into a ball and take the easy route, which it is easier to just sit and do nothing and take it, or it's harder to stand up and go for it. So with weight loss, right, I'm telling you, like, right now, this private client of mine, she's done it now. She's ridiculous. She's in insane shape, but it took her 4 years. She never gets bullied anymore because her confidence is through the roof, and she understands, because I don't just work with your physicality, I work with this, because for me, this is a thing that needs to be protected more than anything in the world. You protect this with your life, you protect this, everything else will come good. This is why I do this show. So you got a choice, and this is why I said this conversation is going to be hard, because I know a lot of you, man, and it breaks my heart, are going through brutal times, and it might have gone on for 10, 15 years, but you got a chance right now to freaking make the first step in that journey to nip that shit in the bud. And I'm telling you, it comes by making no excuses. You make a plan. So the only example I can give right now, someone else give me examples after I get through this one. You make a plan, you go, right, I get bullied because I'm fat, and that's got nothing to do with me. It's everyone else. But am I happy being fat? If the answer's yeah, then see you later, bullies. Go jump. But I don't know one person who's truly been happy for, actually, I tell a lie, couple of rugby guys I know, but they're healthy as. So I'll rephrase that. They may be happy being fat, but I don't know one person on planet Earth who's happy being unhealthy, who's happy when they can't walk up a hill without going, of course, Samantha, it is hard. It is hard, love. It's not easy, but everything in life is ridiculously hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, I'd be sat in a freaking Malibu beach house, a $30 million Malibu beach house, which is one of my materialistic goals. There's nothing wrong with having materialistic goals, but I'm not there yet because it's hard. And that's nuts comparing that to bullying. Those two problems are not the same. What you're going through is not the same, but I'm saying everything in life, even the worst things, like the worst things on earth, like bullying, to get through it and overcome it, becoming a victor, becoming victorious, is no worries. I'll see you soon, Andrea. Keep sharing this, guys, before you leave. You've got a choice. You can either be a victim or a victor. Now, this girl who's flying now, she was like the first guy, but I just can't. Oh, I wish I had your motivation. I wish I had your inspiration. I went, stop there. I went, no, you don't. Feels like it's making me so angry. You should be angry on you. No, I'm not angry. I'm passionate. Very, very big difference. Very big difference. Passion and anger, don't confuse the two. Sometimes they can mix a little, but getting angry, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's anger from a positive place, anger which is used as fuel and energy to make me work harder to achieve my goals, to shut everybody else up who's ever doubted me, who's ever called me a name, who's ever tried to take a swing at me. That's what you want. So don't be afraid of being angry, as long as you turn that anger into positivity, into electrifying energy that's going to help you grow, instead of anger that just makes you cry and sit in a room and does nothing for you. Does nothing for you. So this woman, she kept making excuse after excuse. I went, look, you don't want it bad enough. I think you like being bullied. I was hard on her, but I knew I had to be hard to snap her out of this negative self-talk. Sometimes, like, you don't want to be mollycoddled, because then you're never going to survive out there. Darwinism, do you know, it's alpha. You got to stand up, be strong, and a true alpha female, alpha male, they drag other people up. They may lead the pack, but they drag everyone else up and goes, one day I want you to be leading me. I want to learn from you. I want to be great alongside you, and I want to keep you down there. I want to bring you up. That's a true alpha. So we're bullying victim or victor. This woman kept on making excuse after excuse until eventually I broke her. I went, you don't want it anymore. I can't help you. I went, to be honest, I don't think anyone can. It has to come from you. And I told her this story. I love listening to, oh no, what's a guy called? Sugar. I listen to so much and I read so much. I think his name is Eric Thomas. He's a motivational speaker. If that's the right name, look him up on YouTube. He's fantastic. And he tells his story of this guru. And I told this story to this girl. He went, so there was this guru and this young kid came up to this guru. I need a drink because this is a good story. So I want to keep sharing this, guys. So this guru, multi-gajillionaire, and this young boy goes up to him, young man goes, hey man, I want to be as successful as you, you know, my life's this, my life's that, it sucks, and I want to work hard, and I want to make money like you, I want to make bank, man. And the guru said to him, yeah, see, step one, you're already changing, you're already winning, Samantha, by saying that, but I am in a better job now, positive, keep that up, keep that up. So this guru says, what you want to be as wealthy as me? You want to meet me in the morning, 3:30 a.m. on the morning at the beach, and make sure you got your suit on. What? The kid looks at the guru and goes, what are you talking about, mate? Are you crazy? I just want to make money. You want to make money? Be at that beach in your suit at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So the little kid was like, he wasn't a little kid, he's in his 20s. This guy's crazy, but yeah, alright, I'll do it. So he meets his guru at 3:30 a.m. in the morning on the beach. And he goes, right, walk out in the sea. What? Walk out in the sea? You want to make money like me? You want to be as rich as me? Walk out in the sea. Guy's like, I'm here now, so I might as well do it. He's like, this dude is freaking crazy. So he walks him out into the sea, and he gets up to his knees. Like that. Let's walk out a little further. It's like, what's going on? This guy's a psychopath. I think I'm going to die here. I think this is the end of me. He's like, I just want to make, when you want to make money, walk out, get it up to your hip level. Walks out, gets it up to his hip level. He's like that. Okay, let's go out further. Come on. You want to make money like me? Walk out a bit further. So they get out until he's up to neck level. And then all of a sudden, the guru grabs this kid's head and puts him under the water, holds in there, the kid's struggling, splashing about, thinks this is it, this guy's gonna freaking kill him. Of course, everything's interlinked, Paul. This guy's gonna kill him, but eventually the guru lets him out. Guys, and now what do you think the guru asked him? He went, when I held your head under the water, what did you want more than anything in the world? What did you want? Does anyone have the answer? I'll give you 2 seconds. So you just come up, he's had his head under the water, thinks he's gonna die. When you were under there, what were you thinking of? What did you want more than anything else in this world? Eric Thomas, he's an incredible dude. This is what he said. The kid went, I wanted to breathe. I wanted to breathe. He went, there you go. Well done, Jojo. To live the same. But the answer, I wanted to breathe. And then the guru said, when you want to be successful as badly as you want to breathe, then you're going to be successful. But you, my friend, you like sleep better than you like success. You like partying better than you like success. You like drama better than you like success. When you want to be successful, when you want it as badly as you want to breathe, then you're going to be successful. And it's the same with bullying. Going back to bullying. If it's weight loss, if you want to lose weight and get into the best shape of your life as badly as you want to breathe, then you're going to be successful at stopping the bullies. Then you're going to be successful in taking that negative energy and turning it into great energy. That's one way of doing it. There's many ways. I hail the future, exhale, inhale the future. Yeah, that's a great one. But I love my past as well, Jojo. My past is what made me. My past makes me strong. I don't shy away from it like I used to. I talk about it freely on here, and at conferences and stuff like that. Now, my past is what's made me. Every little knock has made me stronger, because from a very young age I had the opportunity to either become a victim or victorious. And thank the Lord I chose victorious. And it doesn't matter how long you've been going through this pain, you can get there. There's other ways of doing it. Stop hanging around with negative people. They're not your friends. And sometimes you've got to be selfish in order to be selfless. You hear me say that a lot. You've got to get away from these people to work on yourself, to bring yourself up before you can help anybody else. Hey, Stevie. So remember that when you want to be as successful as badly as you want to breathe, then you're going to do it, because you'll make no excuses. But if you find yourself making excuses, but I can't because I've got to take my kids to school, or I can't because, you're never going to do it. People who want to do something, they always find a way. People who don't, they always find excuses. It really is. I remember being at university. I went and did a degree in English at Teesside University, and there was a man there. And you're not going to believe me when I tell you this, because I didn't. He worked 3 jobs. He had 6 kids. Single father because his wife passed away. On benefits and stuff like that. 3 jobs. Doing his English degree and looking after 6 children. And he kicked my ass. Kicked my ass. He got a first-class honours degree. What was my excuse? I was a 22-year-old kid with not a worry in the world at this point, because the bullying days at that point had gone. They were over for a spell of like 10 years, and then it came back a bit. But I'm so good at nipping it in the bud. No one bullies me now. They give me fuel to win. I love it. I love it. You know, no one bullies me now. They give me fuel to win. Give me more. Give me more. But you got to make sure. You got to make sure. Cheers, brother. You got to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are going to lift you up, not put you down. And as best as you can, getting yourself outside of those toxic situations, because they're everywhere. But again, you've got a choice, guys. Stay there and take it, or get away from it. Look after yourself, focus, and thrive. Bullying is disgusting. There's no excuse for it. But remember, it's how you react to it that's going to make all the difference. You cannot affect, well, you can in a certain way, but you can't stop anything that goes on outside of you. So if someone's calling you names or torturing you, fatty, freaking blackie, backy, all of that stuff, it's brutal and it's horrible and it's absolutely disgusting and uncalled for. But you have a choice now. How are you going to let that affect you? Because it's your thoughts, they become feelings. Now if you just smile your way through it like I've learned to, and think that person, he's not well, or he's got real big issues, you know, it's not a threat to me, he's calling me names and stuff, so there's no threat, so I don't need to run away, because that's my first part of call, guys. If I'm ever in a situation where there's one person or 100 where I think I'm going to get physically attacked, my last line of defence is to defend myself. My first one is run like a mofo. I haven't done all these hill sprints for nothing, you know. I'm like freaking Forrest Gump when it comes to that shizzle, so I'm going to put it to good use. But when you're getting attacked verbally, you have the power in how that's going to affect you. You have the power on how that can affect you. Use it to strengthen you. Use it to smile and go, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And it goes in your career. You're going to have people putting you down all your life. That's what people do. The majority of them. You know, it's a rare thing that you find this kind of circle. I found it early on. That's why I want to share it. That's why I'm on here doing this. Because it freaking kills me when I see greatness disappear. When I see, like, people, everyone has the potential to live an incredible, wonderful, great, extraordinary life. Extraordinary. Help me be quiet. Yes, Rebecca. Extraordinary life, but you've got to go through those hardships. They can make you or break you. That's a very cliche saying, but they can. You want to be positive and allow them to make you. The harder times that you're going through, the stronger you're going to get if you fight through it, and then nothing's going to be able to touch you. Nothing. Rejection. No. Be shit. You're this, you're that. God, you doing what? Mate, freaking hell. She must be blind. You used to get that a lot with girls. How do you strengthen someone who's struggling to see they are being bullied? Woo, that's a freaking good question, and it's a tough one. How do you strengthen someone who you see is being bullied? You have to try and, first of all, remove them from the situation. That'd be my first port of call. So if they're hanging about with people, or it's in a classroom situation, actually scratch that, because then you're running away from the problem. If it's verbally, you've got to get to the heart of the situation and forget about what the bullies are doing and concentrate on self-development and strengthening the human that's getting bullied, feeding them with positivity and confidence to give them the strength to stand up, to give them the strength when they're getting bullied to understand that they can't stop what other people are doing, but they can control how it makes them feel, how it affects them in their life, and that's it. And the deeper, you just got to go deeper. Do not, you hear me say this all the time, guys, because it's true. And again, bullying can be the greatest thing that ever happened to you, as long as it doesn't get violent and things like that. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Again, because I frame it that way. I frame it like that way. I look at, I was like, that didn't happen to me. I wouldn't have had that fuel and that discipline to move forward, to go, I'll show you. You want to be an actor, son? Oh, you're from Middlesbrough. Costs a lot of money to be an actor. Try and do something else, son. Try and do something else. I'll show you. Well, you want to be on a TV show, son. This is an agent now. You want to be. Yeah, you never. They're not hiring Indian actors. Try something else. Why not a nice little panto in Azerbaijan or something? What did I do the next day? Confidence-wise, emailing would have been the easy way out. I was shaking on the phone. I don't want to be represented by you anymore. That's how at least I had the balls to ring. But that's how the conversation went, because all my hopes and dreams were pinned on this mofo, and that's how he supported me. Conversation now would be, I wouldn't even wait for the phone call. I'd stay in the room. This isn't going to work. I think you need to work on your people's skills, and it's no wonder that you're not a very successful agent, because your confidence in your clients is terrible, and you shouldn't have anyone on your books. So again, changing everything into a positive. I remember another form of bullying. It was the summer before I was going to Teesside University to do my degree, and I needed a summer job in order to buy a computer for university, because at that point I'd handwritten all my essays, GCSEs, A levels, but at university level you weren't allowed to. You had to typewrite all your essays and your dissertation and stuff, your assignments. So I needed, what time is it? We've got time. So I needed to get a computer. So I needed a part-time job. And a good mate of mine got me a job on a shutdown. For those of you who aren't in Middlesbrough and don't know what shutdown is, there's two big steelworks, ICI Wilton in Redcar. So I think I spent my 21st birthday up to there in a pit of steel filings and just grafting 12 to 16 hour days. But I got bullied on that job. But at that point I'd gone through loads of it and I loved it. But this is the kind of racist bullying I was getting at that point. The EastEnders was a popular show. I look back on it, it makes me chuckle now. Because they're trying to do it in a way that's not offensive, but still hurts, you know, and that's the worst kind when they're like that. They were calling me Sanjay, and doing accent like this, or Sanjay, go get this fucking da-da-da-da-da, and talking to me like that. And I've got to admit, I was only 20-year-old. I wasn't as calm and collected as I was like right now. I was like that, say it one more time and I'll take your face for a walk. Totally regret that now, because I was immature. I didn't understand, but it slightly stopped, and then it started trying in other ways. But I resorted to being on their level, and I cringe when I think about it. But sometimes it's the only language they understand. It's crazy, isn't it, Rebecca? So, and this is a 20-year-old lad with adults on a work site. They were torturing me because I was working too hard and I was making them look bad. And that's a difference. If I do a job, it doesn't matter what it is. I was literally, that's one of the hardest labouring jobs you can probably do, 12 to 16 hours for like 4 weeks, all straight days. If you missed a day, you didn't get paid for that day. I needed the money. There was my fuel. So all that happened was, every time they said something, I was like, watch where I am in 5 years' time and watch where you are. It's all that kept going through my head. I used it and it made me smile. They were like, what are you laughing at? Because they go, Sanjay, get this. I'd be like, get it yourself. And then laugh and just walk off. Do you know what I mean? And when they told me to not work hard, I worked even harder. Because the hardest workers in the room, no matter what you do, they get remembered, they get rewarded, they go on to great things. After those people, there was a generation in there. There was generation of, I think they were in and out of jail. So there was a granddad, his son, and his son's son. So grandson, dad, and granddad, all freaking. And looking back, I felt so sorry for them, because now, what chance have they got if that's their inspiration? That's their you become a product of your social surroundings. When you get to a certain age, you've got a choice to step out and get away from it all. But that was my fuel. I was like, watch what I do. Watch what I do. And every day I get up, my stomach's burning, I don't want to go. And I was like that, I'm going to go. And again, I'm going to destroy them work-wise. I'm going to show what real alpha looks like. They may be 10 years older than me, but I'm going to show them. They may all be laughing at me right now, but they're not laughing at me now, mofo. Ain't nobody laughing at me except people who really want to pull at me and keep me where I am, So, and when people do laugh at me, it's a beautiful thing now. So you can turn bullying. I'm not strong, Samantha. It's taken time. It takes time. You can't think like that, because then what that's going to do, Samantha, is it's going to stop you going out and doing what you have to do. You have to want it. Like I said earlier in that story, you have to want it as badly as you want to breathe. And I'm telling you, you could use this experience that you've gone through in your life, this brutal, horrible experience, and turn it into the best thing that ever happened to you. The best motivation to win. And that's what I want for you, Samantha. That's what I want for everyone. Because bullying shit, that's in layman's terms, it's the worst thing ever. But you, again, the bottom line is, become a victim or become victorious. Use it to make you curl up in a little ball and feel gross about yourself, or use it to get up in the morning and do something about it, to work, be the hardest worker in the room, whatever it is you want to do. But anyway, I got my computer. I was the only one who didn't miss a day, and I did 50 times more work than any Morpho on that site. And that's the way I work. That's the way I'll always work. I'll outwork anybody. And that stops bullying in its tracks. Optional. Want me to come online with you and have a quick chat? We've only got 5 minutes, Stav. We'll do it on another one, mate. We'll do it on another one, dude, because I'm going to have to wrap this up. Again, it's my birthday today, guys. I haven't seen my family in a year, so we're going to go and do something nice together. But there is 5 minutes left. We're going to... I've had, like, the phone's been going mental, guys, so obviously this is another topic what we're going to have to chat about a lot more. But we've got, like, 5 or 10 minutes left. Have you got any... And it doesn't have to be, let's lighten the mood. It doesn't have to be about bullying specifically. This 5 or 10 minutes, ask me anything you want. Like, let's go. Cheers, Ash. I hope you're out on Saturday night to Moco, 5 till 10. A load of us are going to be out there. Should be fun. And again, guys, feel free to come down. If there's someone on the door, which I doubt there will be, because I ain't Floyd Mayweather, mother... Oh, I'm not going to swear, but you know what I mean. I'm Steeple from the borough. But if there is, nice one, Ash, if there is someone on the door, just say Whiskey Wednesday and you'll get straight in. I will, Neil. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And that invite goes out to everybody, guys, over the age of 18, of course. If you're under 18, oh yeah, you can be up at this time. I'm showing my age now. But yeah, get yourself there. So, bullying. We're going to have to come back and talk about this again, because this heartbreak and rejection, all the ones that kill us off, that destroy our dreams, we'll talk about them on another one. Oh, bless you, Mum. Amazing. So, yeah, ask me anything, but the bottom line is, no swearing. Yeah, I better not swear. Cheers, Dad. Victim or victorious. And at the end of the day, it's going to be hard. None of those choices are easy. If you choose to be a victim, your life's going to be hard as hell. Bottom line, it's going to be awful. If you choose to be victorious, it's going to be hard as hell. But it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be hard as hell, but it's going to be beautiful. Which one do you want? Because only you can do it, guys. I can sit here and talk until my brown face goes blue. It ain't going to make an ounce of difference until you take these words and whatever's helping, sit down, make a plan, and then day by day, little by little, execute that plan. That's what's going to change everything. So remember, bullying, it's hard to deal with, you know what I mean? But you've got that choice, victim or victor. So what's my bullying through social media? 2 secs, that's going to... when we're at school, we could get... Oh, shit, it went. Jabs, send that question again. I love Ronaldo, and hard work 100% pays off. Hope you have a... Speak soon, Kimberly. Jabs, ask that question again. But the thing with social media bullying is, guys, believe it or not, I get a lot. I get a lot of people, like, private messaging me and stuff like that. Once or twice I engaged in it, and I retort back, like, oh, you think you're this? I don't want to, because it's vulgar stuff, and I don't want to upset anyone, because when you repeat these things, all you're doing is giving power to the grotesqueness. I don't want to do that. Don't want to give them any power. keyboard warriors. But again, I feel sorry for them that have so much hate. Their lives must be so desolate, so heartbreaking, and I feel for them. But I've got to protect myself. Remember, I've got to protect myself. So block and delete. It's as simple as that. Block and delete, erase. You know, it's the quickest, easiest way. Social media is the easiest one to cut off from being bullied, I think. Harder for kids. And again, please, I'm not a counsellor. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that. I'm a lad who's been through a bit myself and used it as fuel for greatness. Everything, do you know, a negative person, a bully, will be able to find problems to solutions. But a positive person, confident person who's going for greatness always finds solutions. The solution finders. Yeah. So that's my opinion on social media bullying. Block and delete. People I'd be exactly, Emma, exactly, and that's a bad thing. You know, this takes guts and bravery. I'm putting myself out there on the line every Wednesday, opening up, talking for an hour, and I'm putting my heart on the line. I'm putting my heart on the line every time, and I do get some backlash for it, but I don't care, because I'd rather have, if it helps one person and I get tortured by 15 people, do not care. I'm stronger than that. I use that to help other people. So guys, it's 10 o'clock now, so I've got time for one more question, or we'll just say good night, God bless, happy birthday. Please like, share and subscribe. Please share this with as many people. I'm trying to get Cole up there on the YouTube, in the YouTube ranks. And again, any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I love you all. Tomoko, Saturday night, 5 to 10. I would love to see you all, have a drink with you, give you all a big hug, and have the best, most confident, positive night ever. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week for episode 8. Good night, God bless. I love you. Thank you. Good night, guys.